It is the Riot Podcast.
Yay, a new podcast.
A new podcast.
We are back, our first podcast, official one for 2019.
So, Nikki, we got a box
Yeah.
from Peter and Rachel in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What did they send?
Well, I hope there's not a head in it or something.
I think it'd be.
That's all I think of.
Whenever
what if
there's a box.
What if it was a shrunken head?
That's true. I don't know. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time when you guys send us stuff, it's amazing. So you really are?
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I really hope they don't want us to read
that
something
paper
in there, because that thing ain't... Okay. All right.
Well, while Obi does that, welcome back. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year's, and hopefully you enjoyed our worst of 2018.
All right. So, hey, Obi, Nikki, we sent those cute little bags of Pinon coffee a while back. Oh, my gosh, that coffee was so good.
Yes, I remember them.
And wanted to share some more New Mexico goodies. We took a trip to Alamogordo, New Mexico, to see a giant pistachio at a pistachio tree ranch and brought back some flavored pistachios for you guys to try. There's also a red chili chocolate bar. Love the Riot. Listen every day. Enjoy laughing with you. Merry Christmas from the Land of Enchantment. Where's that?
Is that New Mexico then?
I don't know. That
Arizona?
Land of Enchantment.
We'll
that doesn't sound like New Mexico to me.
What state is that?
That sounds like Disney World. I don't know.
So wait, what state are they from? Are they from Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to Google
that's just the Land of Enchantment.
Yeah.
Red chili dark, 73% chocolate.
That'll be good.
Some bitter chocolate.
New Mexico is the Land
Here's
of
your
Enchantment.
Pistachios. Wow, what a weird flavored pistachios. All right, we'll eat them on the air.
We're going to do that tomorrow?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, do you?
Now we do. We'll do a Riot food fight, which if you don't follow us on our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and click the bell to be notified. It's at Radio U Riot. When we do food fights, we'll also host them live on our Facebook page, which is at Radio U as well. So you can watch them in case you miss it during the podcast.
In today's podcast, Nikki and I talk about New Year's resolutions for each of us. It's my year. We also talk about 4th of July, things we got for Christmas, movies we didn't watch, meatless burgers, and on and on.
It's a good list.
And a huge backpack that you'll have to see to believe.
Which, don't just listen to us. When you're listening to us, we say the name of this backpack that they're selling in Japan. Please go ahead and Google it at the same time, because I don't think we convey how big it is.
It's a big backpack.
Even though we say how big it is, I don't think we get how big it is.
It's big.
So please do that.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the podcast, and thanks for hanging with us. Bye.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. Look, I know that some of you have been back this whole time, but this is Nikki and I's first day back.
You never had anything to go away for, you didn't have any break time.
And I apologize for that.
We know how fortunate we were.
Yes. Nikki and I were very fortunate. By taking almost no vacation last year, we jammed it all into the end of the year.
We had plenty of time still off, but by the time you get to Christmas, you're just like, well, I've never. And then you're excited to have, that time off.
It was great, but we haven't had a chance to go around the room because there are two things that you do. You go around the room and say what you're thankful for.
Yeah.
We did that. But now you get to go around the room and either A, say what you did with your Christmas break, or B, tell us something that you got for Christmas.
Oh, one or the other? Where's the Christmas stick? Do we still hand me the small Christmas tree?
It's funny you mentioned that. There's a huge peppermint stick in the break room. I should have brought that.
I feel like someone's hiding it, though. Like it's tucked behind
the coffee cups.
It's tucked behind the coffee cups. So, is it someone's? Or
it's
are we not
a year's worth of stir stick.
Is it a flavoring stick for coffee?
It's
is it
huge.
Community?
I don't know.
But yes, did you get anything that year?
No, you first.
I don't have the candy cane stick.
So you don't feel like you can talk?
No, I got, there was a deal on 2 Google Homes.
Yeah, okay.
So that's that.
So, but you got the Google Home, they look like little tablets.
Yeah,
the
screens. Yes, the hubs.
Yeah, the Google Home hubs. You like them, though?
It's pretty, I guess. Eric really likes it, but for
me... He messaged me about it. He's like, this is awesome. I'm getting an Android phone.
I keep asking him, I'm like, are you sure? To me, it's very clunky because I'm used to a different way.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't quite do what we wanted it to do because I need to upgrade something else in order for it to be like a hub for it.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of it was to like, hey, okay, Google, play, like it'll show one of our cameras like at our house.
Oh, yeah.
But it won't because the cameras that I have would have to be the next generation up.
Oh, my gosh.
So that whole purpose of it, to have it as like a hub for our security cameras, didn't quite work out. But Eric, again, seems to enjoy it. So a good deal, and I guess we'll keep them.
We both did the tech thing. Like I built... I'll tell you guys about it later, but I built a RetroPie. That was a ton of fun.
Guys,
I also
welcome back, by the way.
I know.
Like, oh, fun stuff.
I really felt like this was super nerdy, but kind of like you. I bought basically a new wireless router.
Yeah.
It's not what it was. I bought a wireless access point and converted my old router into something else, and et cetera, et cetera. And let me tell you what, it was like $80. It took me 20 minutes to install. I have never in my life.
That was your Christmas miracle right there.
I've never installed anything that took 20 minutes.
And it still works?
Oh, it's magic.
Aww.
It is magic. I've got the big test for me was, would I have any Wi-Fi in my basement at all? Oh,
you're
stronger
fine.
than ever.
Good.
And I mean, it's just like pumping it out. I can stream anything. And
And you couldn't before?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, it'd be slow. There'd be all this like buffering. It would take forever. And now it's like, boom. Let me get it to you right now.
Well, when I saw that you had managed to successfully do that, I thought, well, that's impressive. Because normally there's always one or two things that go wrong, or it breaks everything and you got to rebuild.
No, I didn't. It was magic. I mean, it was just, it was like old St. Nick, like held one nostril and went flying up the chimney with like dust sprinkled everywhere. It was just like, how can this be?
How can it be so wonderful?
There's just no way this is possible. And when I tweeted about it, and I had a couple people were like, "What, did you get sponsored by that, bro?" Like
hashtag ad?
Yeah, and I'm like,
no.
Like something really special happened, and I needed to tell people.
Don't ruin it, guys.
And I needed to give Ubiquity, the people that made that thing, they get credit because dang.
Well, that is exciting because, again, you were worried going into it.
Who would have thought it took me longer to drive to the store?
The best thing about snow days,
to install.
being able to sleep in.
Merry Christmas. It is the Riot on Radio U. Now, I realize this may not be news to all of you because, Nikki and I have been on break, but it's 2019 now.
And
we need a little something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because it's not practically Christmas.
I was going to tweet that, like, for Radio U right after. The day after Christmas, like, oh, okay. Now we know if you look at it, practically Christmas again.
It's not. But you know what we can say? It's practically the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. We love that stuff.
I mean, is there any holiday that you get more excited about than the 4th of July?
I can't think of one.
I can't either. I mean, come on. So, Nikki, when I say it's practically the 4th of July, what I really mean is it's practically time for Stranger Things 3.
That's right. Oh! I don't know what I think about the fact that it'll be out on 4th of July.
Well, you know what I like about it?
You already have something. I kind of wanted it to be a non-holiday weekend.
All right, can we be real for a minute? What do you really have for 4th of July?
Well, you just had the day off already. Like, this seemed more like you finish work on a Friday. Stranger Things is there waiting on you. You get out a little early, you head home, you start watching it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the 4th of July is on a Thursday this year. You can just go ahead and plan on not seeing me on Friday.
Oh, yeah, actually, good point.
Just make that a long weekend.
Maybe that does work out nicely.
And okay, not really a fireworks guy. I mean, fireworks are okay. I know some people, like, you're way into them and stuff, and I think that's great. That's great.
We heard you doing that during New Year's Eve.
We did.
That was special, too.
And that's fine. It's just not my thing, okay? So if you remove that from 4th of July, which, I mean, I'll watch them, whatever. You pretty much, at that point, you got a barbecue. What else you got? That's it.
You just now you have the whole season.
Now you got Stranger Things. And I love the fact,
though, also. I know that's when the original first season came out, in the summertime.
It's too hot?
It's just too hot.
Well, that's why you go down and watch it in the basement.
True.
You know what
I
I mean?
really liked when the second season came out, though. It's darker out.
It's
and
winter.
Yeah,
No, it was
more fall.
It was Halloween was when they did the last one. So maybe they're like, maybe they are a holiday show now. So they've hit. This will be Halloween and the 4th of July. So Stranger Things 4 is like Martin Luther King
Valentine's
Day,
or something? Yeah.
Valentine's, Labor Day.
Memorial Day, something like that.
Like this Labor Day, you're gonna be okay, the workers will rise.
No, it doesn't work.
All right.
So 4th of July, the next season of Stranger Things, they did mention that, and that'll be out.
Did you see the poster that they tweeted?
I think
summer can change everything.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
it's
did?
good. It's fine. It's great.
No.
It's hard to get back into things, with excitement. It's just hard. The holiday Nikki was like, oh, it's fine, whatever. Now I know that back to work Nikki should be more excited about the poster. Yes.
I think, I appreciate the very real look we just got into.
That's how that is.
How Nikki felt about Stranger Things.
No, I'm excited about it. It's hard.
Life's hard, isn't it,
It's basically
Nikki?
like everybody else for Game of Thrones. Like we're getting into the last thing for that, and that comes out. You have these shows that if I don't like Game of Thrones, but if I did, or with Stranger Things, I feel like these years go past, and they expect us. They give us like a year of teasers,
right?
And then you're like, oh well, here's the date. Here's a teaser date.
Yeah.
Here's a date of the poster, and at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I would actually just like something a little bit more.
You know what? That's fair, because I'll tell you.
I can only be so excited for so long.
And if you don't really care that much about the show, like when people, every time I see some stupid winter is coming thing, you're just like, man.
And I mean, you feel like it's been 5 years.
Everybody take their clothes off and dragons and whatever. I'm so over it, okay?
I cannot maintain a level of excitement that they think I can for so long.
Well, that's why they keep teasing
when Stranger Things comes out, I'll be excited, but we have still several months to go.
In the meantime,
we're just sitting here, and I just looked at the poster.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. You just shook your head no. It was subtle. It was subtle, but I saw it.
No, it's not that. That's not that.
Then what was it?
Nothing. Stop it.
I saw it.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Yeah, it was.
No, was it?
It's fine. It's fine.
No, you must know its volume level was different compared to all the other ones.
Oh, it's too loud.
No, it's more with that.
Okay. All right. Well.
But we can still try it. It's a new year. It's a new show. It's a new us. We can still keep trying it.
It's fine.
It's totally great.
It's fine.
Yay.
So I know many of you have started a New Year's resolution. Though if you're really smart, you put it off till Monday, I'm sure.
You cannot do things this week.
Man, I can't start on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I'm sure it's not starting on a Friday.
So that leads to Monday.
Monday's the day.
If you're getting ready to start it.
That's the day that you get back. But, I was in the gym this morning, which was oddly more empty. But
it wasn't crowded?
Not at all.
Oh, I thought it'd be busy already.
I did too, but I think that it might be. I really think a lot of people took the rest of this week off.
So you're just waiting till Monday.
Not everybody, but I felt like the crowd was down.
Or you're up so early, people only had one resolution, not like to get up early and go work out. It's just to go work out, so they're going to do it later.
Not early. Couldn't be in there early. But, I was in there this morning, and I was thinking something, and I have a tendency to think this every year, but I think it's worth it. I just want you to know that you're not your weight. You're not the amount of weight you can lift. You're not the car you drive. You, the person you are not whether or not you smoke or not. You aren't how much pizza you eat, though you could be. No, but you get what I mean, right? I mean, there's a separation in some ways between your who and your do, like who you are and what you do. And, hey, I think it's great. If you're saying to yourself, I need to make some improvements in 2019, I would be healthier if I wasn't smoking. I would feel better if I was eating better. I would feel better if I would exercise. That's all great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to know that you won't be a better person 10 pounds lighter. You will not be worth love more if you can get 15 pounds off.
Or if you make it like the 30 days to get everything done this month.
Yeah, you get like you're doing, what do they call it, dryuary? Where you're not great. That's great. But I'm just telling you, you're not worth more because of those things. And the reason being, you couldn't be worth more. God loves you just as you are right now. Now, for me, a lot of times, it's that loving me that actually gives me the strength to change a lot of the other things. But you got to know it. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror this morning and know that you are loved just as you are right now. Jesus loves you. And if you don't have a relationship with him, you're missing out. You can invite him in right now and say, Jesus, I want that. I want to have a relationship with you. I want you to come into my heart, fill me with your spirit. I want to know what it's like to be loved by you. And remember it. Like, hey, I'm all for it. I think it's great that you're doing stuff. But remember that no matter what you do to improve yourself, you're not going to be any more loved because that's not possible.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U. All right, Nikki. Now, we just got done saying that you aren't your resolution, you're not your weight, you're not your whatever. But if you have decided that you want to make some changes this year, I do have here a list of things according to the American Psychological Association that could help you with your New Year's resolution.
So is this a list of like the common resolutions people have
No.
tricks to try to help with it?
Well, let's go down the list here and you see. Like they say, start small. Make resolutions you can keep. If your aim is to exercise more frequently, schedule 3 or 4 days a week instead of 7.
Sure.
So
everybody you go real big when it comes to New Year's, and they say that it's almost impossible to maintain for as long as you want to maintain it. And if you're just more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Change one behavior at a time. So instead of having 10 things that you're starting the year off, like I'm going to change all this stuff.
Pick one.
Pick one. Just one thing. It says don't get overwhelmed and think that you can reassess everything in your life. Instead, work towards changing one thing. Talk about it, share experience with family and friends, consider joining a support group. Though the only thing I'm going to say about that is I say talk about it, but pick, one, in my opinion, one or two people.
Well, they're saying too, like, I don't think that means your social media becomes your accountability partner, because that sometimes can drive everybody else away. But if you had one or two friends you could talk with.
Mm-hmm. I think a small group of people is better. You're better off just telling one or two people you trust and doing it than you are telling 100 people and not doing it.
Sure, but, I mean, you want help, so sometimes when you post online, that holds you accountable. So it's a catch.
All right. Don't beat yourself up. Perfection is unattainable. Remember that minor missteps when reaching your goals are completely normal and okay. One time I heard, and this is something I love, progress, not perfection. I love that. I love that right there because it's like, hey, you're not going to be perfect, but make progress.
You're making progress, yeah.
And then finally, ask for support. Be willing to accept help from those that you care about.
That's a good list.
So, yeah, the American Psychological Association, Nikki, wanting to psych you up for
for your resolutions.
Sorry.
No, it's true. I mean, everybody goes, like, you go 200%. You go out the gate for New Year's and you're trying, and then it takes about maybe a week or two, and you see people slow down, and then it just goes away. And then you're back doing whatever that you wanted to not do as much.
Basically, the one guy we've talked to a few times, Lou Schuler, he had a stat. I can't remember what it was, but most people, it's like the best you could do with a resolution, they say, is Valentine's Day.
That's about it.
And then February 15th, everybody just gives up.
I don't think most people make it to there.
Most people don't, but that's kind of like the one. So, you know what? I say I like the idea of one at a time. Just pick one thing. So like, you know, for example, let's say this year you want to get up. Well, you did it.
Yay!
Woo! Come
We're
on.
here to cheer you on.
Come
we
on.
can be your one or two people.
Yeah.
Every morning, you
There's
just
two of
text
us.
us, and we'll be happy to cheer you on.
You're doing great.
All you have to do is make it through the rest of the riot and the rest of this week, and then it's practically President's Day. Okay, sure, it's not Christmas, but you've got to take what you can get at this time of the year. The Riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U, 8772 Radio U. So did anybody watch Bird Box?
Not yet.
Did you watch the Bird Box Bowl?
No.
Oh, wait, that was the Red Box Bowl.
You
Never
were
mind.
You were close.
Never mind. Yeah. So Bird Box, you haven't watched it yet?
I don't don't think, well, I can't tell. Like, I know a lot of people have watched it, but at least in our circle of social friends, if they actually watched it or if they're just jumping on the meme train with it, like, I can't tell.
Well, okay. Did you see that Netflix tweeted, please stop doing the Bird Box Challenge, which is basically a way of them saying, please, everyone do the Bird Box Challenge?
Pretty much, but legally, they needed to be on record saying don't do it.
So if you don't know what the Bird Box Challenge is, it's based on the Netflix movie starring Sandra Bullock, in which, in order to stay something away from an evil force, you have to cover your eyes. You're blindfolded. And as a result, people are doing like the meme is, hey, I'm blindfolded. Here's me cooking.
Pretty much.
Here's me burning down my house. Whoops. Stuff like that. So Netflix is saying don't do that. Hear that, everybody? Get right out there and do it.
I know. It's like that's what's wrong with our society. When someone tells you not to do it, then you're like, oh, well, now I need to. Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah. No,
thanks for telling me.
I keep meaning to watch it. I had a lot of things I meant to do. While we were gone.
I don't know. I think the moment's passed. Like, I might act like I've watched it, just socially, but I don't think I actually want to.
You know what? What you just said.
Yeah, that's how most people are.
That was something that happened to me over break where Nikki and I were gone and I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of watching something because I'm supposed to. No, I'm not watching it, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm going to watch this instead because it's what I want to, not because I feel like it's what I have to so that I know what everyone's talking about.
This is interesting. So basically, it was announced that as of Friday, 45 million subscriber accounts have streamed Bird Box, and then I don't know which is it, but in this article it talks about how now everybody, almost like the Breaking Bad house, people are trying to now go find the house from Bird Box, which is in Monrovia, which is about 20 miles northeast of Los Angeles, and this home has been in 3 other films throughout the last 20 years, and they say one part of the article says they were paid $12,000 for exterior shots. Someone else on the other part of the article says $12 million. Which do you think is the right one?
Well, I can tell you it's not $12 million.
It's probably $12,000. But that was an interesting stat to read because, you're always curious what would be the price it'd pay to put your house in this.
Here's what I love. The owner is just like, yeah, I don't even have Netflix.
They've never seen it.
They don't even know what. What are you talking about? Sure, whatever. It's fine.
They say as of right now, a handful of visitors show up every day since the movie came out earlier in December, and they want to take pictures of the house.
You know what, Nikki? We should watch Bird Box. What are you doing later? Let's just watch it.
Again, I tell you, the moment's passed. What?
Okay,
what?
Let's go to KFC and get ourselves a Bird Box and then watch Bird Box.
Let's start a new trend with
that.
What
do you think?
Oh, see, that would have been perfect.
The Bird Box Challenge.
That's the real challenge.
The real Bird Box Challenge.
You get like a big giant bucket or box of chicken and try to eat it all within the movie time.
Man, where are you at on that? It's not too late.
Do you know you could have started or could still start a trend?
You know what? It's the 50 McNugget Challenge while you watch Bird Box. Can you eat 50 McNuggets while you eat Bird Box, and you call it the real Bird Box Challenge, and then you throw up? Sweet.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riots on Radio U. 877-2 Radio U. Anybody go see Aquaman yet?
Seems like it's actually doing very well in theaters.
Aquaman be printing the money. So,
because going into before we took our Christmas break, that was the question. Like between Aquaman, Mary Poppins, and Bumblebee,
and Spider-Man,
kind of. But I feel like that one did well enough before those other ones came out to kind of make its money or to be talked about. But yeah, everybody wondered, well, who out of those 3 or 4 would come out on top after Christmas?
Mm-hmm. And I want you to know that just want to be clear. I didn't see any of them.
I thought you could at least see one.
Nothing. Listen to this, guys, and hate me. Feel free to,
text
call me
your
out.
Hate. It's fine.
I got between Black Friday and Christmas and spending Christmas, I got a couple gift cards. I received 21 movies over the course of a month.
That's
and
quite a haul.
You know what I decided? I decided that was enough.
But then you're just going to be in a circle now. Like, you spent the time watching
life?
those. And so now Aquaman, you'll probably get this next Thanksgiving. And then you'll keep going and going and going.
You know what? You're probably right, honestly, but
no in-theater viewing?
I don't know. We'll see. I do still really want to go see Spider-Man in the theater while it's there. But, man, Aquaman is doing well. It has now, like, if you take it day for day, comparing its box office results, as of Friday, it had made $822 million to $821.8 million for Wonder Woman. So everybody's like, oh, the Aquaman is beating the Wonder Woman.
Well, it's not, I don't feel like these articles are making it a guy-woman sort of thing, but Wonder Woman had been not expected to do as well, but then did super good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same with Aquaman. People are wondering if it would do well, and it's shown that it's done super good.
Oh, yeah, super good.
So 2 weeks in, it's done $822 million.
I'm trying to get a look at okay, here we go.
What did Bumblebee do, though?
That's what
that just kind of just went away.
Okay, let me see. You know what? I'm trying to pull up the weekly, let's see, by weekend. I've got what the number one movies. Okay, no. Here we go. No, back one more. Wait, Bumblebee came out on.
It was the same as Aquaman and Mary Poppins.
Oh my gosh, this is year on, and I don't know. I can't find. Normally, it's right here for me. I can't figure out how to pull up how it's doing.
So Aquaman has done really well on that side of things, but if it wants to become the most successful, DC film, it still has a few ways to go. Mostly domestically, it's not done as well. It's earned $189 million domestically, which is behind. Wonder Woman did $339 million in the U.S., but Aquaman has done so much better because of international sales, especially in China.
All right, Nikki, I got something for you. Here we go. All right. If you go back to, and I know this is the way back machine, but remember, we've been gone. Aquaman, Mary Poppins, and Bumblebee came out December 21st, right?
Yeah.
If you look at their weekend results that weekend, Aquaman made $67 million, Mary Poppins made $23, Bumblebee made $21 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then fast forward to last weekend, all right? You've got Aquaman again pulling in $52 million, Mary Poppins making $28, Bumblebee making $20. Overall, like, gross domestic box office for Bumblebee is sitting at about $70 million right now.
Which is not as much as for the Mary Poppins as well, man. They put a lot of push into that Mary Poppins movie, and I don't think it's returned exactly what they thought it would.
Oh, Mary Poppins hasn't made its marketing budget back yet.
I think it has, because I saw that everywhere.
Yeah, so, but Bumblebee, I'm telling you, I saw a 70% off stack of stuff when I was out shopping the other day, and I was like, dude, Bumblebee.
A Bumblebee merch?
Yes. 70% off.
I hate critics. Just let people like what they like. Who's to say what's good and what's bad? Okay, actually, this is bad. Like, really, really bad. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U, 8772 Radio U. You know, Nikki, I told you that right now I'm living under the burden of a ticking clock.
What's the matter?
Today at 1 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah.
it all ends.
What ends?
I'm talking about the Steam Winter Sale.
It's not even the holiday sale. It's
They
way
don't even
beyond.
get it. They're like, you know what? Forget it. Too many people got mad about holiday. Now it's just winter.
Well, no, just because, it's the third already. So for us, it's our first day back from the holidays.
Yes.
But I guess everything has to come to an end. Your day's off and the Steam sale.
Steam Winter Sale.
Did you buy anything?
I bought something right before we left for vacation, which was the Far Cry 5 DLC. So it was like 3 expansion packs for that. And you know what? They were not good.
The expansion packs?
Yeah, I paid like $11 or $12 for all 3 of them, and boy, am I glad I waited until they were cheap, because
This is just worthless.
yeah, and now I'm kind of staring it down, going,
Now you're shy on it because you got burned.
That's probably true.
So, but I thought you were going to look for some indie games or something.
You know what? There are a couple of games that I'm interested in, but the one I'm probably the most interested in is brand new. So it's not even on sale. And that's called, where'd it go? Gris, Gris. That was that really cool arty game.
The one with the really cool animation style?
Yes.
You should do that one.
I know, but that's $17 now. You figure you wait a little bit, and the price on that's going to come down.
Maybe it's low enough to where you can enjoy it now, though.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Or do you have other games?
That's the other thing I'm looking at is that I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey and have been for like a month and a half. And according to the little progress bar, I'm 50% of the way through.
Still plenty of time left to go.
So I that's the other thing I'm looking at. I was like, do you want to spend money on a bunch of stuff now when you're perfectly content with what you have? And, January's a month where there's a lot of really good games, headed this way. You got that Resident Evil 2 remake, which might be too gross for me, if you want to know the truth. I haven't decided. I keep looking at it.
on that one.
I keep looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know. It looks pretty gross. Then Anthem comes out next month. So, there's stuff.
Sure.
I do think...
Do you know what this sounds like?
What's it sound like?
A more practical Obadiah coming back from break and a new year and a new you, and it just seems practical.
I know. I feel like if I would have, going into Christmas, it was way more likely that I would have spent a bunch, and I made myself wait.
Sure.
I was like, you are not allowed to buy any games until Christmas is over. And then after Christmas, I was like,
Then that urge to buy them all has gone away.
Don't really need it. Plus, the place I'm most likely to waste money is sitting in this chair. This is the place that
Now the temptation's back.
I am primed to spend money. So I think I'm going to walk away not buying anything, which is weird.
Very weird.
What's happened? You know what it is? The prices aren't low enough.
Well,
25% off is not low enough.
It's not good enough, and you have a good amount of stuff already.
I got stuff to play
so
with.
You don't necessarily need any more.
Yeah, and the one thing I am going to do though, it's not on Steam, so I don't want anybody to think that I've gotten too mature. But I'm going to buy the expansion packs for Destiny, and I have a gift card towards that, so I'm going to pay $10 cash for that, and that to me.
Yeah, that'll keep you busy.
Oh, yeah. I might not even see the end of that, but I'm going to get it and play a little bit.
Well, the Riot didn't make it on any best of 2018 lists, but it's a new year and a fresh chance. They're never going to be on any best of lists. It's the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. 877-2-RADIO-U. Text or call. Chad says, Obadiah, I thought you hated Destiny 2.
Oh, no. The one update that came out last year, he loved it.
I had a ton of fun with Destiny 2, so... he says he's pretty sure that was me. But you know what, guys? I'm always running my mouth, so who knows? I probably came in here one day like, I hate this, and then went home and played it forever.
Actually, the more likely you are to say you hate something, then you turn around and then you end up liking it.
Yeah. I say that anything that can pull a strong reaction out of you, it's a thin line between love and hate,
and feelings they can change in a moment. They
totally can. So Nikki and I are back. We are in the studio. We have come back from Christmas. We have come back from New Year. What about New Year? We talked about Christmas. What was your big New Year's party like this year? Do you still do that at the top of that hotel?
No, we didn't do anything.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we just, actually it was like, oh yeah, it's New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Okay.
And that was really the most of it.
I got together with some friends and we did movies, for basically the whole lead up and whatever. Yeah. And here's what I love. Remember I told you I got 21 movies between Black Friday and Christmas and the couple days after. That's how much I ended up getting. And
gifts mostly, guys, before you're a lot of gifts.
Remember,
gift cards.
It was gift cards. That was my birthday. I literally did combine birthday and Christmas because I saved all that money. Whatever. So I watched some movies leading up to New Year's Eve, and then I had a bunch of friends over, and I was like, guys, I got all these movies. Let's watch the movies. My friends managed to pick out all of the movies that I had already watched from that pile of movies.
The bigger ones.
So we watched them again. So instead of seeing I saw 10 of those 20 movies while I was on break or whatever, I saw 3 of the 20. and I saw them all like 2 or 3 times.
You mean friends didn't really want to watch the 4K Superman disc I'm sure you got?
Well, I'll have you know, I watched that.
Oh, you watched it on your own, but it doesn't seem like a party movie.
Yeah, that's true. Like when we got together, people weren't like, "Hey, let's get a look at that Superman restoration."
Yeah, I really want to see what that one looks like. I hear you talk about it.
Let's do that again.
Where compared to like, Mission Impossible, like I'm sure Fallout wanted to be watched many times.
Let's watch that again and again and again and again and
but
again.
But not Superman.
Which is fine. It's fine. It was just funny that even there were a couple of deep cuts that I did purchase that people were like, "Oh, let's watch that." I'm like, I just watched it.
But that's fine. That's
fine.
what you do when you have a party.
Well, and you know what? It made me feel like, no, it's a good thing you bought that Jack Ryan 5-disc collection because here you are watching it again.
Because everybody's going to love it.
Look, you would have never imagined that this would be the thing that you'd be watching again.
Spending money on it.
And here we are watching, Escape from L.A. Or Escape from New York again. But it's fine.
Well, thank you guys for texting in. It is good to be back from our Christmas and our New Year's break.
It is.
You can text us 877-2-RADIO. You, Kyle, in Arkansas says, I missed you all. Thank you, Kyle.
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
Good morning, Ryan. Says,
Hi,
welcome
Ryan.
back, guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
Hey, you know what you guys need? You guys need a really big something for your big New Year. Nikki and I have
I can't stand what this thing is.
Oh,
it's
Nikki.
too much, but
Nikki.
we have to talk about it.
All right. Well, look, we've got something that I imagine, honestly, that Nikki would rather fall over dead than show up in public anywhere with this item.
With how big this thing is, you might fall over dead.
She
if
was
you
fine.
put stuff in it.
Did she die of embarrassment? No, broke her back, but it's fine.
I get embarrassed easily, and I just get embarrassed even just looking at this article.
I once had a nightmare about having a nightmare where I was having a nightmare. This is like that. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riots on Radio U. Don't like this one either, huh, Nikki?
Actually, no, I like this one.
It's fine.
It reminds me a bit of the other Christmas, like a Christmas bed that we have.
Okay,
just for some reason.
But it's the way the bass hits.
Yeah,
I can see
but
that.
It's totally good. It's
all
fine.
Right. So I wanted us to come in with all new music and a bunch of new production, and so we have. But we're finding that not all of the music is a big hit,
well,
it's a little too loud.
Sometimes it's like it's got to grow on you.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
Like it just we'll just
Spores,
see how it
molds,
goes.
fungus, and bed music.
And bed music.
Yeah, it all has to grow on
and
you.
And perhaps this backpack as well.
Dude, the backpackers.
It will grow on you, literally.
It's called the Backpacker's Closet. It is a huge, enormous backpack that has become very popular in Japan.
It's not even a backpack. It's like a wardrobe. It's a walking wardrobe.
Right. And so their idea is like, hey, do you need some extra storage? Maybe in your apartment? You can throw things in this bag because they're huge. You can literally carry your clothes hanging up with you on your back. And they're saying you can also...
I think all your clothes.
Sleep in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about a backpack. Okay, imagine your current backpack, but it hangs all the way down to like halfway down your calves. That's how big this backpack is.
It's 100 centimeters by 68 centimeters and a maximum capacity of 48 gallons.
48 gallons.
Can be fit into this bag.
I mean, it's a 40-inch backpack. That's how tall it is.
So it's an ideal for if you're what they call a young adult. They want us to carry these. It has extra padding in the shoulders, so it doesn't hurt your back and shoulders as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's indispensable for outdoors, carrying heavy gears, large number of ingredients to the camping site.
Well, Nikki, all that camping you do.
Or if you live in a house with a small number of closets and you're having trouble with storage, you can hide things that you don't want to show by putting it in this giant backpack.
Well, isn't that perfect? So
I guess.
Or you can carry a friend in it.
Yes, if you want.
They say that it's big enough that you could put a person in.
You could put one. Like if you're going to the movies or something.
Or
and you're allowed to bring in a bag.
Let's say, for example, you have a body to bury, and you need to get it into the woods.
No, it's like, it's just my backpack.
It's a body bag you can put on your shoulders.
I like how this bag is so big, I feel like it's compromised the quality, because they even say themselves that because of just reasons. Water wetness, like rain, sweat, may cause discoloration or like the color to leave the backpack. So just a heads up too, but it's sold out in most colors.
You know what? I feel like we should buy one and see if we can actually fit 48 gallons of ice cream in it.
That'd be good.
What do you think about that?
You go take it to the grocery store and you're like, this is my reusable bag.
Yeah. No.
I could never wear this out. It's too big.
See, I want to get one
so
just to wear it around.
Yeah, you would.
I totally would. How awesome would it be? You're going to class, you're just walking across campus with a bag that's 40 inches long. Just like, you know what? It's just got my incidentals in here. Like a sleeping bag, toiletry bag.
Basic stuff. You could
couple
put
of books.
Like everything you own in this backpack, I feel.
No. I've accumulated enough junk that I couldn't get it all in there.
I was talking to everybody else.
Okay. A normal person?
As much.
Oh, see, that's the other thing I feel like we're headed towards. Like, if you own more than you can fit in this bag, then you own too much.
Then you have too much.
It's too much.
You're supposed to cut back. So it's called the Backpacker's Closet. And if you're interested, it's all the rage in Japan.
So you're looking at price conversion about $220, $210.
But you're not just buying a backpack. You're buying a home.
It's a lifestyle, Nikki.
It's a lifestyle with it.
Like, we're talking about a lifestyle.
That's something.
Let's see. Justin says, I feel like this new backpack, coupled with other things like CrossFit and 5K races, are the government's subliminal way of training our generation for a zombie apocalypse. Okay.
Gotta carry. I think it's responsible. At least you'd be carrying your stuff around.
Yeah. I mean, that's something. So my health plan for the new year is to fill this with bricks and go running.
Just see what you can do.
Yeah. So into the block and back, I should be good.
So it's in Japan though. It's not here.
I mean, it's not here. We're gonna have to import it.
It's like your finger paintings. People say it's good, but we all know it's not. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riots on Radio U, 8772 Radio U. You know what you need in your life? Less meat. You should eat more trees and green things and stuff. And I'll tell you what.
Carl's Jr.'s helping you?
Carl's Jr. They said to themselves, what y'all need is a little less meat in your life.
I wonder if that'll be at Hardee's as well, because Hardee's is Carl's Jr. and Carl's Jr.'s is Hardee's.
Well, they say that the Beyond Meat burger is coming to more than 1,000 Carl's Jr. locations in the U.S. So
maybe
not. How many Carl's Jr.'s are there? Do they need a Hardee's to make that work? I don't know. But I do know this, that for $6.29, you can order a Beyond Famous Star, and yes, you can have a vegetarian.
So this is the Beyond Meat hamburger patty that's well known for the fact that it really does look like meat. Like if you squish it, it kind of, the meat juice and stuff. Like, people are usually very, very fooled by this one.
You can't believe it's not meat.
And this is the new hotness when it comes to that.
So this will be the largest rollout for Beyond Burger. And like up until this point, one of the best ways to get it would be to go to Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have... I
think there's a couple other hamburger places that are picking it up too.
White Castle has them.
Is that the one that they do have?
Yeah, when I was in... Well, they have the Impossible Burger.
I think that's
not the same,
I think
is
that
it?
One's different.
Okay, yeah. They have the Impossible Burger because I was there... What was that? Whatever day didn't you and I eat at White Castle?
No, we went to get drinks there before our Christmas thing.
Yeah,
Wait. No, that was separate. When did we go?
Oh, I know what it is. It was after our last show of the year.
Oh, did you go over?
I ate there on my way home.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, they had signs for the Impossible Burger there. So
no, this one's different.
Yeah, so the meat that's not meat, but you won't believe it's not meat.
Really looks like it, and it's supposed to actually taste really good.
I'm up for it. I'll give it a shot.
Even though last time I ate at Carl's Jr., that's when I got a little tummy ache from my choices there.
Wait, didn't you throw up on the beach?
I don't know if I even ate meat, even though I thought I ordered meat.
Okay.
So I'm not sure I'm ready to go back yet.
Wait, you didn't answer my question. Did you?
I didn't actually throw up on the beach, but I felt like I wanted to die and throw up and just crawl in a sand hole.
Sometimes you got to throw up because it makes you feel better.
And I didn't want to have to get back in the car to go back to anywhere else. So, that still stays with me.
Did you throw up when you got to the hotel?
No, I just wish I did.
You never threw up?
No.
Well,
I take that back.
Would you tell me if you did?
A little bit in my mouth in the car. I remember that. I spit it out, but it wasn't like blah. Wasn't too bad.
Did you drink something after?
Yes, I swished my mouth out, yes.
Okay. All right. It's fine. So I got some breath mints in my pocket.
That's a long time ago.
Okay, I know, but if it's lingering.
If it's still there. Now talking about Carl's Jr. bring that back up.
Yeah, I haven't had Carl's Jr. in forever. And now I could go there and not have meat.
If you wanted to. These are seriously supposed to be good.
But heads up, it's not a vegan burger. Like
they're vegetarian.
Yeah, it's vegetarian, not vegan. So if you're like, I'm all in, you're not all in here.
Well, that also could be because Carl's Jr., it doesn't mean the bun or the cheese and all the other stuff with it. So who knows?
Hey, man, I put some cheese on that. It's going to need some cheese and some ketchup.
Not to get too political, but isn't it time we set term limits on morning show hosts? It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U. Put down the plastic and put the water bottles in the bathroom.
Because get ready.
Because the juice cleanse is happening.
'Tis the season.
You know, Nikki, I haven't even asked you. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
I gotta go back to having less bread. You know, the temptress of the Christmas season of, like, oh yes, I'll just have all this. I normally have been doing well with having cauliflower alternatives.
Sure.
So I gotta go back on that.
But you're saying over this Christmas time, you were like, I'll take grain.
I still had that, but with, like pizza or like the hamburger bun. So I'm going back to that.
Okay. So like how hardcore? Like limiting, or you're just like, no?
No, I need to. I was doing well with that earlier in the fall. So we're going to go back to that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had a strong showing over the summer, but it's not as strong as it was.
It's hard during Christmas. It's almost virtually impossible.
Well, I think it's a combination of like how hard it is between the There's something about it being cold.
Yeah.
And I don't
dark.
I haven't seen the sun in like probably 4 or 5 days.
It's been a long time.
And et cetera, et cetera. And you're like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just eat bread.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll put butter on.
Or, like not just like bread, but like cookies, Christmas cookies, Christmas cookies.
I like a good cookie.
So we're going to shake that off and we're going to only have cauliflower cookies if I'm good.
Cauliflower cookies?
I don't think that's actually a thing.
I had, what was that? A banana oatmeal something cookie. It's they call it a breakfast cookie. Yeah. That's what I had for breakfast this morning.
Well, that's fine because it's still under the breakfast category.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like a muffin where it's not really a cupcake, but it is.
Well, but this cookie, it doesn't have any...
It's a granola sort of thing, right?
Yeah, and it's all natural sugar. The sugar comes from the banana, Nikki. There's no sugar added.
There's nothing else added but just sweet, sweet banana.
Yeah, so I mean... It is what it is.
Yeah, well, I started today because I didn't do it. I didn't do it on the 1st, and I didn't do it on the 2nd because today's our first day back at work.
Right.
So, but I didn't want to wait till Monday. So today is the day, and we're also drinking more water because that's just the best for us.
It's the best choice.
It is. So that's today.
Okay. Well, great. You're a couple hours in. How do you feel?
Good. I've had 2 bottled waters and some hard-boiled eggs. So we're really on track today.
That's great.
Really on track to do some big things.
Did you drink the egg water that you boiled it in?
That would do something. I wonder if that's like good for you. That might be... What if that's the new health thing?
Dude, you could right now. I just want you to know. You could right now. You could revolutionize. I could get you 15 million hits on that YouTube video.
Oh my gosh! I wonder if that's a thing.
You're like, yeah. One of the important things a lot of people overlook is all the nutrients that are lost when you boil an egg. You're boiling away these nutrients, and so it's important for you to drink the egg water.
Okay. $25. If I bring you a cup of egg water, would you drink it?
For $25?
$25?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if it just tastes like water or...
It's all natural.
Gross.
Egg water. And the great thing about boiling it, Nikki, is it removes all of the toxins and you're just left with the natural egg protein.
Essence sort of thing.
Blah, blah, blah. Listen, I know
People would buy that. Oh, you could market that thing to death.
We could market the heck out of it, and people would be like, "Yeah, I'm eating egg water." I mean, think about this, Nikki. Bone broth.
Yeah, true.
Think about how freaking nasty that concept is. Why is this any different? Like, yeah, I make my own egg water at home, but I've heard Nikki's egg water's better.
Because I make my hard-boiled eggs in like an Instapot sort of thing. So the water's all there.
There you go.
I can just pour it in a reusable glass jar.
Perfect.
And drink it all day.
Dude, Nikki, you should. Like, egg water is your future.
There's something very unsettling, like in the stomach area, about egg water. I don't know why, but I don't know.
It's not going to be any different than it can't be worse than an egg drop soup, which is pretty bad.
No, those are good.
Well,
egg drop soup is great.
Then you're already on your way to a healthier you with your new egg water alternative.
They're adding the MSG into the egg drop soup.
Well, you can add some MSG in your egg water if you want.
Egg water?
You worked so hard getting out of bed and fighting your way to the car in the dark to listen to this. Does he know he's dumb? It's The Riot on Radio U.
It is The Riot on Radio U. Now, I hate to start out the year like this.
First off, good to be back, guys.
Great to be back.
We missed you all.
Great to be back. But Nikki, you'll notice that I was like, hey, Nikki, what's your New Year's resolution? And you and I came up with egg water.
Yeah.
Which is
natural progression.
Yeah, that's going to be the next big whatever. But
the new coconut water.
Oh, yeah. This is the stuff right here. And the great thing is you have everything at home you need to make egg water.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So are you doing a resolution?
Finally, thank you.
Sorry, did I not ask you early enough?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nikki, are you doing a resolution? Yeah. I mean, I feel like...
You want me to reciprocate back to you?
I feel like it's polite.
Well, you normally do not, and you're normally more vocal about not doing it, and egg water took over, so I didn't feel like I could add that in there until now.
Normally I only do one a year, but I'm doing 2 this year. I'm doing egg water.
Okay.
And that egg water every day.
Every day.
In 2019. I mean, okay, every day that's left, because
look it up.
1 and 2, January 1st and 2nd, I didn't have any egg water, but I got plenty of time to seize today. So I'm excited about that.
So what, are you actually doing one though?
Yes, I do have one.
You are?
I do.
Is it a real one or?
I'm pretty excited about it.
That makes me think it's not a real one.
You don't think it's going to be real?
I don't think. I think you're teasing.
Feel like it is? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I resolved during my break that when I came back, I was going to take less crap from my coworkers.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So you're going to get a new me in 2019.
A more authoritative OB?
Well, certainly someone that is, I'm not going to just go along anymore. Okay. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to say something.
Okay.
So like when everybody's
and you did by wanting to say what your New Year's resolution is, since I forgot to ask you back.
This was my first step in towards stepping up, finally expressing myself.
Good. I felt like, in 2018 we didn't hear enough of your voice.
Yeah.
Meaning like standing up for yourself.
I was reading a book on vacation, and one of the things that it talked about was like, do you feel pigeonholed? Like you've almost been typecast in life. Like he's the funny one, but no one wants to take him seriously in different contexts.
And you ready to change that?
I'm changing everything. All right, everything. I have a suit and tie in the closet that I brought with me, and when I'm head upstairs,
you're changing into that.
I'm going to put that on.
Now, do you guys notice the tone?
See,
there's just a slight tone to him.
But did you guys notice what Nikki did? She immediately is trying to push me back into that role.
No, because I think you're teasing.
Trying to push me back
you're
into
not
it.
doing that.
She's like, "Oh, look, he's just having a ha-ha laugh again." And if there's a suit and tie in
there, it's because you had to wear it for something else and you forgot it in your car.
It could be. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just telling you, this is going to be. You know what, Nikki? This is my year.
Great. Okay, great.
This is the
Hey, guess what? I'm in the car. Okay, I'm a passenger and we're ready to go.
This is my year.
Oh, great. How long is this one going to last?
I want to go around saying that a lot over the next few days.
Because people won't know that you're teasing and be like,
is my year.
And they're so excited for you and they don't know that you're not making fun of that.
This is my year.
But you're being kind of that way.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. Here in a couple of minutes, I'll tell you how I'm going to show you. Like, it's already my year. You guys saw the way I stood up to Nikki. And there's one other thing I've already done. We're not even 3 days in.
And you're changed, man.
Nikki and Obadiah aren't here today, so we finally all get a break. Wait, what? What's a worst of the riot? All right, never mind. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot. Text or call us 877-2-RADIO-U. Because, we're here.
It's the year of Obi.
Dude.
He's standing up for himself, and that's his resolution.
It's my year, okay?
It's totally your year.
It's my year. I have resolved that I'm not going to take any more crap from my coworker. I'm taking less crap because you have to take some.
Well, at any job.
Yeah, you have to take some.
Do you feel like this one you can keep up the whole year? Because all the other resolutions, they usually give you a couple of weeks and then you back off of it.
One day at a time, Nikki.
One day at a time. All right. Well, we're here to help you with that.
One day at a time. I'm not gonna let people typecast me and force me into playing my role that society has carved out for me. I'm a whole person, and I have a lot of functions and abilities.
And you have a lot of feelings.
I do.
You do.
I do. And so I'm going to make sure everyone knows about every single one of them because I'm not going to hold back because it's my year.
Great.
Okay? Because I'm getting up every morning. I'm exercising. I'm drinking egg water. I'm becoming.
You're just a better man.
I'm just constantly in the process of becoming, So here's how I know that it's my year. All right. December 29th. Might have been the 28th. That was last year, so I wasn't paying really close attention because last year wasn't my year.
Sure. Now it is, and so now we are.
I'm headed into college football bowl season.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have DirecTV now anymore. I've got no way to watch the bowl games. I sign up for YouTube TV's 5-day free trial.
So you can watch the Rose Bowl?
Yep. Rose Bowl and whatever other bowl the bowls. So I'm watching all the bowls. And I want you to know, last night, with 28 hours to spare, I canceled YouTube TV.
You did it! Yay, because normally you forget and then you end up having to pay for it a bunch of months.
It's my year!
Oh, you are a changed man.
It's my year,
Look
guys.
at that.
Signed up for a free trial, canceled before the free trial was over.
Good job.
It's my year.
Did you like it, though?
YouTube TV?
Yeah, was it good?
Yeah, it was fine.
That's all we're looking for. Just fine.
Listen, here's the thing. Well, here's two things about it. One, having had Sling, YouTube TV, DirecTV now, whatever, they're basically all the same.
They're just not carrying 100% of the channels that you would want from just one service.
Yeah.
Someone's always just missing something.
Also, $40 a month is cable.
Is it $40 a month, or is it $40 with everything?
Oh, no. 40 is like your entry level.
Like
Did you want more?
Then you pay more.
You got to pay a little more.
Yeah, you're right. We're getting close to cable, guys.
I mean, it's $40 a month is cable. Like, we're done. Like, quit pretending like I'm a cord cutter now. I cut the cord, so now I'm Wi-Fiing it. I can watch it anywhere. The power's in my hands. Oh my gosh, really? Like, you're paying for cable.
Okay,
that's what it is. So,
but you're not paying cable.
Right.
And in fact, it's keeping your internet up higher.
Right. And like, that's fine. Don't pay us for channels. We'll just crank up your internet.
We're rolling over and getting a home phone to get that down? Like, no.
Nikki, I'll tell you something else you could do in 2019.
What?
I could get you in a bundle.
A bundle? I want to be free from bundles.
I'm going to bundle, you're going to save, and I can lock this price in for 12 months, which is, by the way, all of your year. All of 2019.
It's your year.
Don't you want a bundle?
No, I'd rather pay more.
Remember, don't pick up your cell phone while at home. Pick up the phone that's on the counter because you're at home now and you're in control.
Well, I'm glad that you remembered to cancel YouTube TV.
Why did I remember to cancel it?
Because it's your year.
Because it's my year, Nikki.
It's totally your year.
It's my year.
And are we so excited to come back and find out that it's Obi's year?
You know how, like, Chinese calendar, it's like year of the dog, year of the whatever. Like, right now, just go ahead to wherever you are and just write on top of your calendar the year of Obadiah. Just write it on there. Okay? Because it's going to be...
I hope we all feel motivated, too.
Yeah.
To make it the best year possible for him.
Yeah, for me, because to be clear, it's not your year.
No.
It's my
year.
The Riot's resolution for 2019? 4K. Whoa. Radio U.
It is the Riots on Radio U. 877-2-RADIO-U. Remember to text or call us because, hey, guys.
We're back.
back.
Christmas vacation, little New Year's vacation. That's all done. So we're back and love to hear from you.
Let's talk about something you should really, really be thinking about in 2019. I'm not going to call it a resolution, but just something that let's call it a reminder.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not a resolution, it's a reminder. It's just a little reminder not to throw bananas at people. Okay? It's just a reminder. And I know what you're thinking, like, some people have it coming. All right? Some people need
a banana
in their face.
No, why would that be a problem?
Well, I'll tell you what. Rogelio, he's 26. He got into a dispute with an unnamed person at a Quick Trip on Monday in Des Moines, Iowa. And store clerk tried to intervene, kind of, hey, let's knock
Calm
it
it
off
down,
here.
guys.
We're all here for a quick trip, and you're dragging it out. That's a problem. And apparently, man, this guy just decided that's enough of that. Started chasing the clerk around the store, threw some bananas at her, then started throwing other items from the store at the unnamed clerk.
I think this is just a case of the bananas were there.
You think so?
Yeah, you would have just started throwing anything.
So what you're saying is that for us to go into 2019 with an I'm not going to throw bananas resolution
That's
is the wrong one.
Do you know why? It should be
Because
I'm not going to throw anything.
I'm not going to throw things
resolution.
at
And then
people.
you can leave a blank spot so then if you're in the heat of the moment and you're like, what did it be? Nikki tell me that one morning I was listening. Wait a minute. It'll come to me.
Wait, they said no bananas, but this is clearly an apple.
So we want to leave that space open. So you guys put in whatever you see that you think you might want to throw and you stick it right there and
Just
you
stop
say
there.
it in our voices. Be like, Nikki said not to throw anything. That's our resolution.
You know what, Nikki? I like that.
Okay.
I like that. It's good.
Because the band didn't do anything wrong. Take that home. Don't steal it, but you have to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, pay for the banana. Though, I'll tell you, if you're buying a banana at a gas
Trip.
station, like you're paying top dollar for that banana.
That's because they're like, well, if you want to buy something healthy, this is your only choice.
I mean, walk to the grocery store, bananas are going to be like 39 cents a pound. You're going to pay $1 for one banana.
Premium.
But the
That's because people are
convenience.
throwing them around.
Yeah. That's why they have to charge. Man, that's why they're charging a lot, because people are throwing these bananas.
And then they can't sell it afterwards.
Oh, man, I've learned so much today. I've learned so
The biggest
much
thing
today.
being, Obie Nikki say, do not throw anything.
Right. Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
If
that.
we're here to help with anything, it's that.
So, by the way, if you want to know what can happen when you throw a banana, this guy was charged with assault on persons in certain occupations. So I guess
The job thing?
Well, I guess if you're a clerk, it's even more illegal to assault you as a clerk.
Gotcha.
Simple assault, interference with official acts, third-degree criminal mischief.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Got to go to court then.
Yeah, we'll see you in court.
Man, I'd go to court and be eating a banana while I was there. They're like, you, ma'am, are going in for more.
I'll tell you what. Is that
Judge?
That's what you think?
That's my bad attitude that could come out because you were the one in the wrong.
Oh, you think it's funny? You think it's funny?
You're listening to The Riot. It's like a juice cleanse for your brain. Radio U.
It is The Riot on Radio U. 8772 Radio U.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
The Riot's back in the house.
Yay.
Yay.
You just say it with that tone, then, you just psychs yourself up.
What am I supposed?
No, I
What
mean,
do you-
we're supposed to be like, yay.
Woo!
Even if we're not totally feeling it yet, you just, yay away.
Yeah, I'm.
It's good to be back. Yay.
I don't understand. I'm a
You're
1,000.
all in it.
I'm 1,000% pumped right
Okay,
now.
that's good.
Nikki, let me tell you about something that I did in our absence. I got a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, did you eat the whole thing?
No,
No.
it's a tech thing.
It's PI. It's a little Raspberry Pi board. It's a tiny computer. It's got 4 USB ports. It's got an HDMI out. So you can literally just plug it into a TV. And you can... It's a whole hobbyist market. It was fascinating.
You can basically just have it and then try to build it to then run this, run that, run,
Right.
all these little things that it can control.
So a Raspberry Pi is 2 by 3 inches. It's tiny. And I got a cool case for it that
you?
looks like a tiny Super Nintendo. And I spent hours and hours and hours, and I got it set up as a Retro Pi, which means that it plays basically any kind of game system you can imagine. It will emulate like that, and it is very cool.
It's cool?
It is. It took more work than I thought it would take to get it set up, but there's so much on the internet about getting it set up.
Sure. So can I ask this? Should we think of it as there was a lot of work to set it up, or should you not think of that anymore? And is this like a hobby where it doesn't matter how long it would take to set one up?
Well, that's kind of how I went at it. I was like,
do
hey,
you want to keep making these, or are you done?
I don't know. Like, I may do, there are other things you can do with it that I'm interested in trying, but it was kind of one of those things where you're like, I need to start somewhere, and I need to start with something simple-ish. And so after doing some reading, like, that seems to be the one that everybody talks about. Like, oh, you can turn it into this retro thing. So it'll play like old school Nintendo games or old Atari 26, like whatever you can think of as far as old school games. I mean, like, there's a line at which it becomes too complicated to do. So I don't think it will do like the Nintendo GameCube, but it might do the Nintendo 64. I don't know. I haven't played with it that much. But I spent some time putting it together. It was one of those things that, to me, that when it was done, it was more fun to build than it was to, like, I don't need 15,000 games on my, like.
Well, that's why I wasn't sure. Are you ever going to build again?
I don't know.
Or did that just take care of it?
Well, remember I told you I got together with some friends on New Year's Eve, and I wanted to make sure it was ready for when they got there because I knew they'd get a kick out of it. And we ended up playing. We watched movies, but it was definitely a retro game night of us playing a lot of really old school games, including everybody seemed to get completely sucked into Super Mario Brothers 2, which is, I mean, what is that?
Choice, but I guess
a million years old. I don't know if they'd never played it or what, but it was like that just turned into a thing where there was a lot of Super Mario Brothers 2. But that was fun. I mean, it's not as cheap as you think because the pie was $35, but it comes with nothing. So, like, the case was $20. Now you're at $55. The power cable was $10. Now you're at $65. You need it, it doesn't come with memory. So $5 for an SD card. Now all of a sudden you're at $70 plus tax. And so it's not a quote unquote really expensive, but it's also not like, oh, it's $10. Who cares?
Sure.
Like, it was some money, but it was fun. Like, I had a lot of fun making it and learning about it. And it was really nerdy. And that might have been my favorite part.
I think that's probably what you enjoyed the most.
I loved how nerdy it was.
And I think, because we talked about it before Christmas, I think you enjoyed the fact that other people build more Raspberry Pi stuff still.
It was fun.
And there's a whole community. And they're very vocal.
It is quite an online community, but I had a great time with it.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Make sure to check out The Riot weekday mornings from 6 to 9 Eastern on Radio U at radiou.com.
Did you drink the egg water that you boiled it in?